Hey sarangs, this is Lisa, and I'm back with a Q&A video because this is my 10-year anniversary. Still feels surreal that it's been a decade since I started my YouTube channel, and that is just really crazy. I don't know how time flies by, but before I begin my Q&A, I just want to say thank you to all of you because I sincerely believe that I couldn't have made it this far without each and every one of you guys. So thank you so much for supporting me and seeing my videos throughout these past few years. So thank you so much. So in celebration of the 10-year anniversary, I prepared a Q&A video. I asked you guys a couple days ago to ask me anything that you want in my Instagram story, and I received a lot of great questions. So without further ado, let's get straight into those questions. Of course, my name is Rhee, and I am 29 years old. I was born in Gainesville, Florida, but I barely remember anything from Gainesville because I moved to Korea when I was like 2 or 3, I don't remember. And then I went back and forth between the US and Korea while growing up. For undergrad, I lived in Evanston near Chicago. And for grad school, I moved to Columbus, Ohio to go to OSU. And very recently, I finished my PhD program. And now I am currently working as a full-time researcher, fully remote. So that's why I'm at home all the time. So that's a very brief introduction about me. And other related questions you guys asked is my height. I am 5'2". I still haven't measured my height, so I have no idea what my exact measurement is like. My MBTI, I am ISFJ. I did the test 2 years ago, I think. Things may have changed over time, so not 100% sure, but 2 years ago, me was ISFJ. Now moving on to your questions. Tell us about the beginning of dance career. I don't remember when I started picking up dances, but I do remember just enjoying dancing ever since I was little. Any opportunity I could get, I was part of a dance team. So even when I was like in kindergarten, I would be out there performing my heart out. So I think I was born to be a dancer, to be honest. I just loved dancing ever since. So I first started dancing to K-pop, I believe when I was in 5th grade or 6th grade. First K-pop dance that I learned was Wonder Girl's Irony. And then I learned Into the New World by Girls' Generation. And that dance, I can say I danced to it more than 1,000 times. I danced that song probably like 10 times a day for a year, and then been dancing ever since. If I were to pick a song, maybe the Who I Am Today, it would be Into the New World by Girls' Generation. That's how I started my K-pop dance, and then ever since, whenever a new song came out, I would try to learn the dance by watching videos online, and I'm still doing that now, and somewhat became my career, thankfully. So that's the whole background of my dance career. What kind of K-pop concept do you think you fit the most? I feel like I feel most confident when I dance to the Seraphim, Blackpink, aespa, the type of dances that are more powerful. So I feel like the concept that I am least confident in is Eyelid or Stacy. Those are more cutesy, lovely, bubbly kind of songs. So you get the idea. What is your favorite song? And what is your favorite group? Favorite song? I would say my favorite song these days, not of all time, but these days is 17's Run to You. 내가 널 찾아가고 있어. I think that's the full name. Yeah, it's my go-to song whenever I'm in the car or in the shower, or I feel down. I feel like it's such a good song to listen to. I love the melody. I love the lyrics. It's just such a good song. So if you haven't already, you guys should check it out. And that relates to my favorite group these days, which is 17. I feel like they're so talented. No one can deny that. They're so talented. They have such a great bond, and I just love their music. So it's my favorite group these days. When did you start YouTube? What age? So I started my YouTube back in 2014 May. I was freshman in college, and I feel like I shared this story before, but just to share for those who haven't heard, I started my YouTube channel because I was part of a freshman seminar course in undergrad, and the professor was saying how as a communication major, I'm a communication major, she was talking about how important it is to have online presence as a communication major. So I Googled myself, I Googled Lisa Rhee, and saw that nothing came up and that I have zero online presence. I got really concerned. So that really triggered me to try something new, and that ended up being YouTube. Like I was saying before, I was learning K-pop dances and dancing by myself in my room anyhow. So I thought to myself, why don't I just, film what I'm doing anyhow and just share that online for my online presence. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. Advice for better dancing, trick to easily remember the choreo. I think there's a lot of things you would have to do, but I guess what I would recommend the most is repetition. Repetition is key in remembering the choreo. As I'm aging, I feel like it's taking me longer to pick up and memorize the choreo, but I just try to repeat the moves as many times as possible for me to remember the moves. And I feel like storing it in your muscle memory is key to make sure that when you're performing it, you don't have to be thinking about the moves, but focusing on the details and working on the facials and just performing it. In the future, I'm thinking about sharing more tips on how I learn dances and more tips on dancing, so stay tuned for that. How to stay motivated to learn dances when you're tired? That's a very good question. In times when I'm physically tired, I honestly just take a break. For me, when I reach a certain capacity, I just can't memorize the dance further, and my body is moving, but my body is not picking up the choreo, so it's really not that efficient, During those times, I just let go of everything. I just take a break, or I sleep and then wake up the next day and then try to learn the moves, and that really helps. Why don't you bring monthly medleys again? First of all, I'm really happy that some of you guys were asking these questions, because I feel like monthly medleys were something that I really enjoyed too. But I stopped doing them because I had a separate full-time job, and back in my grad school, I was a PhD student working on my dissertation. I just had a lot of things going on in my life. I felt like I didn't have the bandwidth to do full dance covers, short challenges, and monthly medleys, because monthly medleys take up almost an entire day for me, because you have to learn all the dances, or the key dances that were in the month, and then you would have to pick out the outfits for each, do transitions, and edit. It just took so much of my time that I did have to let go of one content, and unfortunately that was my monthly medleys. So in the near future, if I do have more bandwidth, I am thinking of bringing that back. Why are you not posting boy group dance covers these days? I did read a lot of comments asking for boy dance covers, and that's a very similar reasoning as my response earlier. Compared to girl group dances, for me, boy group dances take up twice the time, and they're really fun to learn, and I do want to learn and show it to you guys, but I feel like I just don't have the bandwidth to dedicate twice the amount that I'm currently putting in to, film boy dance covers. That is part of the reason why, but it's not like I'm never doing boy dance covers. When I see a lot of comments requesting for a certain boy dance covers, I do consider that and try to learn it and share it with you guys. So please let me know in the comments below if there is a boy dance cover that you guys are interested in. How's your life going after marriage? Honestly, nothing has changed. It just feels like I'm living my life, but there's someone who just, got my back and is my ride or die. How do you manage your YouTube channel after marriage? David has been more than 100% supportive of my YouTube career, so he has helped me in so many different ways in managing my YouTube channel. He's the one who's been helping me with my film setup, and if I have to, go shopping to pick out some outfits for the cover, he would tag along and try to find the exact kind of clothing for me. So it just feels like I have like a manager. So thank you, David. How did I meet my husband? I'm planning on creating a video in the near future about our love story and a little bit of Q&A about our married life and about David. So I'm not gonna go into like too much details, but to keep it brief, we met through church, but we didn't really, talk to each other really back then. But we had a mutual friend who got us together. So that's a very brief story. So I couldn't cover all the questions that you guys asked me, but I tried to cover the questions that, came up a lot. So I hope you guys really found this useful to get to know about me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do want to say thank you again for being a Rhee 사랑 and being supportive in so many different ways. So thank you so much. Continue to do my best in filming covers, tutorials, and sharing my day-to-day life. So I'm really looking forward to what's to come. I'll see you guys in my next video then. Bye-bye!